Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you imagine. Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Started out with nothing, now I'm big. Yeah, they try to stop me, find a way. Didn't never lie, now we're drinking champagne. Vision 2020, finna party all day. After everything we've been through, you know that we deserve to have a good time. Baby, you're a dime, I'll be watching you whine. On the dance floor, yeah, your body like wine. Getting better over time, your body like wine. Got me tipsy, baby. All about love like the 60s, baby. Getting lost in the moment, going this is crazy. Good girl, but with me, you've been misbehaving. Stacks in your bag, all them things you craving. You can get and go ahead. Help you unwind, get rid of that stress. I'm out of my mind, and you know what comes next. Here's to success. Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you imagine. Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you imagine. Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. It's gonna be fine, you just put that one leg in front of the other and keep moving, you will get what you need. We don't let them bring us down. About to make history, run this town.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Let's get into it, yeah? Alrighty, boys and girls, let's drop a like. Let's get it going. Good evening, good afternoon. The news has dropped. Anthony Richardson has declared for the NFL draft. His era at the University of Florida has come to a close. As we all anticipated, as we all expected, I kind of hinted towards that about a week ago. Got a lot of flack for it. But I heard some noise that the locker was already packed and he was out. Why he waited till today, don't know. Doesn't really matter. It is what it is. The news is out, and here it is. As well as O'Cyrus Torrence is now leaving, which we expected. He played in the Senior Bowl. And Gervon Dexter, which I was not prepared for, senior, is also leaving for the draft. I was hoping we would get him for one more year. I think he's in the same boat. He's a third-year sophomore. I thought he would stay a little bit. I felt like he had some more left on the table. But obviously, he's on the way out as well, too. So it's interesting to see here. We're going to talk about what's going on here. What's next for Florida? It looks like, we've got an open door here for the portal. We've got a lot to do before we've got, 12 days before the bowl game in Vegas. And we're allowed to 15 practice. There's only 12 days or 10 days left or something like that. How that's going to work out. It's going to be fun. How a 6-6 team is being matched up against a 9-3 team. There's a lot going on that we've got to break down right now. We've got to talk about. But first thing first, obviously Anthony has now entered into the draft as we all anticipated. I think everyone kind of felt that was going to happen. I think the consensus is, hey, good for him. Glad to see you go. Look, now that it's real, in the situation that's kind of unfolded over the last few weeks here for Florida with losing our backup quarterback to his situation, I'm kind of like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? But look, it's time to get. We're moving on to the Billy era. Okay, I feel like these guys leaving, the guys that have entered into the portal, it's the closure of the Dan Mullen era. And I use this saying all the time of, when you got to fix a mess, when you got to clean a room. Okay, when you got to make a change, it's going to get messier before it gets clean. And I feel like we're at the messiest point. So think about when you're cleaning a room, you got to just take everything off the shelves and put everything into the center of the floor and then clean it up. That's where we're at. Everything's just going to the center of the floor. And it looks messy. It looks disastrous. It looks like you're never going to make it out alive. But through time and through will and through patience, you get through and the room gets cleaner. So that's where we're at. How's everybody doing this Monday afternoon? Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new here. This family has grown tremendously over the last 48 hours. It has been a whirlwind of emotions. It's been incredible. We're on the road to 5,000, so make sure you guys like and show some love. Really means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. So I'm looking up here as for the top 3 guys for Florida's 2023 draft player rankings. O'Cyrus Torrence ranks 40th. He's above Anthony. This is now 40th compared to overall. This is from NFLDraftBuzz.com, so this is kind of their consensus on this situation here. They're giving O'Cyrus an 87.3 rating, followed by Anthony at 54 at 86.5, and then Gervon Dexter at 86.5. So a lot of people have been pointing for O'Cyrus possibly being a first-round draft pick. The guy was an absolute stud. I think he didn't get enough appreciation, obviously due to the fact that he played a little most of his time as a Raging Cajun, and then his last year here in Florida. But he had a phenomenal year as a Gator. Absolutely phenomenal. I would have loved to have kept him. But obviously, Ventrell Miller, he's leaving as well, too. They have him down at 128. I think more so probably due to size and his speed. But we'll see on that. Look, it's going to be interesting to see where Anthony goes. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Where do you think Anthony will land? What do you think his best suit, for football, NFL football teams? Let's look up the draft right now. The NFL draft for 2023. Let's see what teams have what. Obviously, this can change from now until April. I'm sure a lot of it will change. So we'll see. I'm trying to see what teams have what to see where he could possibly be landing. Got Will Levis going number 1 to the Texans. That's what they got right now. They've got Chicago Bears at 2, Seattle at 3. Then they've got Detroit Lions at 4. A few people I see in the comments, I said Detroit would be great for him to go behind Jared Goff. Now, is he going to be a 4th-round draft pick? They've got Bryce Young being picked at 5 against Carolina. So Anthony's obviously not going to go before him. Let's see here. So right now they've got Anthony going at number 9 to the Indianapolis Colts. I saw a few people say that happened as well. If Matt Ryan is still there, I don't hate it. I think that'll be a great team for him to learn underneath, especially with Jeff Saturday there, a new head coach. I think it could be exciting for him. But I think, honestly, Anthony needs to go to where he's going to have 2 to 3 years to develop. Matt Ryan doesn't have 2-3 years left, in my opinion. You saw they threw Sam Ellinger in there a couple weeks ago, and it just didn't plan out too well. So, honestly, if I'm Anthony, I wouldn't want to go to the Indianapolis. There was a little bit of time there for the last 48 hours that some people felt that Anthony would stay because it was saying that, hey, a few scouts were saying you should probably go back for another year. But obviously the decision has been made. Rams, 2nd round, pick 2. I don't hate that, Brandon Curry. I don't hate that at all. I think that'd be great for him to go underneath Matty Stat. Matty Stat definitely has a few more years underneath him. Sean McVay is a young coach. He's fun. He's exciting. So Todd says bring him to Indy. AR want to get paid quick. Do we really think it's a money thing? I think most of you guys are going to probably say yes. I don't know. I really don't. I think part of it could be just the toxic environment that he went through Florida. Honestly, I really have that. I really do. Because he was collecting NIL deals, worth over $1 million. Now that's not going to be anything what he gets if he goes to the draft, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think so the money part of it is a factor because look, if he stayed and doesn't perform like we all think he could, then that money's going to dwindle if he were to go the following year. So I understand that part. Miami Dolphins, not a bad one either. Gabe Lyons, Twain, what's going on? J Money. Chief Borders has also gone into the portal. Yes, linebacker. He's 3 years of eligibility left. Again, it feels like everything's kind of leaving, but I think we all should stay calm for a little bit. Look, Billy's got to do some work, okay? This is an interesting thing. I came out and spoke about these coaches being paid way too much. And now I'm starting to think that I might have overspoke because these guys are being ran ragged. And it's not about feeling sorry for these guys, but Uncle Lou. But they've got a lot of work to do. They got to constantly be recruiting, and now the portal is a whole other animal that has to be managed. It has to be worked. You can't ignore it. And so these guys, look, we laughed at Billy's staff because of how big the staff was. Now, when you look at it, it's like, no, these coaches have to put that big of a staff around them because of the situations that they're dealing with. Uncle Lou says, Sunbelt Billy just called me and asked me to play quarterback in the upcoming loss to Oregon State. Look, you can play quarterback, Uncle Lou. I'll play linebacker and D lineman, okay? I think we can make this work. I think it's only fair, Uncle Lou, that the Georgia guys help us out a little bit, okay? Show some support. Show some love. Half the team will be new next year. Yeah, look, it's going to be exciting. We all bitched and complained this year about Mellon's players, about not having enough depth, about all this stuff. Well, guess what? Your dream is now true. It now has arrived, okay? And yeah, Uncle Lou, we are definitely in the rebuilding process to the fullest. You know, one thing I haven't noticed is, maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I haven't seen too many people leaving Georgia. Now, today is still new. It's still fresh. But things could pick up here quickly. We'll see. Jeremy says Detroit Lions. I see Buccaneers. I've heard of Buccaneers. That's a big one I've been hearing as well, too. Yeah, I don't know why we keep forgetting about Jack Miller. I feel like we kind of just keep overlooking, like, who's going to be the quarterback. Look, Jack would believe. Or Kyle Engel. It's a good walk-on. Look, I would like to see Max Brown. If we're being honest here, that's the guy I want to see, unless Jack plans to stay. I would like to see Max Brown get him some reps. He's obviously our young quarterback in the room. Do we want to have Jaden Rashada come in and play his freshman year? Is that what we wanted? I don't know. Does that scare a few people to see this going out? I think, honestly, this could help recruiting in 2023. I know there's a lot of, Q Rusall was one of the guys that we were targeting. James Smith. They seem to be more leaning towards the Alabama-Auburn world. But, look, this might be a kind of an eye-opener of, like, you're going to come play right away. It's going to be your cake. So come on and eat and have some fun. So, look, it could be beneficial. It really could. The portal is going to be interesting to see how Billy does it. But look, right now he's visiting. He was visiting Lagway. He's visiting another recruit today. I mean, he's constantly recruiting. These guys can't sleep. So we'll see. We got over 200 in the chat. Let's show some love. Drop a like. I appreciate it. There is plenty of quarterbacks in the portal. But look, I mean, we keep talking about that, but you run into that factor of you just keep bringing guys in, and you're just this rotating wheel and having this guy trying to learn an offense, and then we're going to keep making the excuses like, well, it's Sam Hartman. He has to learn well, no, it's Sam Hartman's his 5th year. You better have it dialed in pretty quickly. So I think, look, I know these older guys probably will be able to come and transition a little bit better, but Jack Miller was a transfer last year. Didn't even get to play. He just got injured and just kind of rode on to the Florida, got a free scholarship. So you think so, Ashton? He says it's going to be a Rashada next year as our starter. I don't hate it. I just feel like it's a little too soon. I don't think, look, he's what is he, a top 10 quarterback, I believe. So it's not a horrible option, but we'll see. Gator Gang. That's a good point too, man. Look, that's something that people don't understand is look, the reason a quarterback is in the portal is because they weren't good enough to flip and start on their team. Yeah, everyone's talking about DJ Ugalale from Clemson to come over. I don't want that guy at all. I feel like it's going to be another situation that we had this year that we're just going to be like, oh, this guy should be good, but he's not. I mean, Dabo Swinney's had, a multitude of success with quarterbacks. Couldn't get it done with DJ. I don't want the kid. I really don't. Now, if he comes, I'll be obviously bite my tongue and, rep the orange and blue proudly. But I think Sam Hartman is what's being kind of, the drum that's being beaten right now from Florida. So we'll see. Again, Gervon Dexter. That was a tough one to see go. I want to read you guys Anthony's. It's pretty long. I was actually kind of surprised here. His letter here. It says, it was a childhood dream of mine to become a collegiate student athlete. The dream came true when Coach Mullen and his staff offered me the opportunity to become a student athlete at the University of Florida. I will ever be grateful to him and his staff for believing in me and my potential. My time at Florida has been filled with great experiences on and off the field. I've had the opportunity to connect with unique people. I will forever be thankful for those life-changing moments. Running out of the tunnel with my brothers in front of 90,000 fans is an experience I will never forget. First and foremost, I thank God for always watching over my family and me. He has truly blessed us to be in this position. Thank you to Coach Napier and his staff for molding me into the player and person I am today. I am forever thankful for my teammates and the memories we created. I want to thank the athletic trainers, equipment managers, academic advisors, tutors, and support staff for showing me that everyone is essentially success. Blah, 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 blah. Most importantly, I would like to thank my mom, LaShonda Claire, for her sacrifice and everything she has done for me throughout the journey. As much prayer, consideration, and speaking with my family, I've decided to forego the upcoming bowl game and remain in my remaining years of college eligibility and enter the 2023 NFL Draft. Well, boys, there it is. There it is. I haven't seen anything from Ventrell yet, so that means he could be playing into the bowl game with us. So Gervon had 1 year of eligibility left. He's declaring for the draft. I don't see him saying he's skipping the bowl game yet. Don't say anything about the bowl game for Gervon. So we'll see. We will see what they do. Brandon Olson thinks Giants on Twitter for a best fit for him. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Yeah, very basic. Yeah, Gator Gang, I think Ventrell will play as well, too. I totally agree. What's up, mama? To heck with AR. I feel like everyone's going to pretty much be like that. Yeah, Kid Blue, that's a good point. Gervon has a kid. I mean, he's got kind of more focuses on there, but I felt like he could have had a better year that would have helped him a little bit more, but we will see. So, Hudson Card, Mr. Wiggs. I keep seeing you putting that in there. You for the transfer portal, is that who we're looking at? football quarterback from Texas. He has entered into the portal after 3 seasons. Again, there's one of those situations. I mean, look, if they're leaving, why are they leaving? That's always a question to be asking ourselves too. What's the reason for leaving? Why are we moving on? What's your guys' feeling on the bowl game? Right? What's your thoughts on this Las Vegas bowl game? A game against a 9-3 organization. Somehow FSU lands a 6-6 Oklahoma. I don't understand these bowl games. Am I missing something? Something miss me? What's up with that? We should have played Oklahoma, right? That would have made more sense to me. And then you put Oklahoma State against FSU, right? I don't know. I'm excited to play in Vegas. I'm excited to play Oregon State. I think it's great for Florida. I think it's great for the program. I think it's good to go out and play in Vegas. I think it's fun. It's exciting. Typically, we play these kind of whack bowl games here in Florida. So I'm excited to see Florida go play in Vegas, to be honest with you. Look, I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a big game. Brand new subscriber, I appreciate it, guys. Hey, we're on the road to 5,000. My birthday's on the Wednesday. If we can get this 5,000 subs by Wednesday, that'd be pretty incredible. I really would appreciate that. Are you guys primed today? Let's get some likes in there, boys. Let's get it. 38-30. Florida wins. Okay. We need to run every single play in the bowl game. Look, we're going to see that run game start to really get it going here. So, and I think it's going to be a great sign to see. We're going to see Billy's offense, I think, function a little bit better, in my opinion, because whoever is at quarterback, he's going to allow them to play into Billy's system. You're going to have to trust into Billy fully. And I think that'll be a quick little insight, not fully, but a little bit, to see how they play, to see how it rolls out. The O-line is going to be a little thin. I don't think Osiris is going to play, so that's going to be a little thin there, so we'll see how we'll do. The defense is obviously thin. That one's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. With only basically 10 days to practice and get ready for this, with all this news happening. This is what kind of sucks about the bowl games, especially now with the portal. I mean, this right here is what's ruining the bowl games. You have a team that is just decimated, right? And what is it for, right? What's the point of it now? So, I mean, this is a prime example. I mean, look, it's not just Florida; it's plenty of other teams too. I'm not complaining. It's part of the game. I get it, but we'll see. This is why I think we need to go to 12-team playoff, because the bowl games are an absolute joke anyways. Nobody cares. The kids don't care, right? So do you think we get any transfers today? I don't think we get any. I think today, honestly, is more noise than anything. I think Wednesday, if Lagway comes to Florida, that could be the tone that kind of sets it for the rest of the offseason. I haven't seen anybody commit today, but we'll see. I don't see it happening today. I really don't. I could be wrong. And I would love to be wrong. I would love to land a few. I think it'd be nice to land a few to get the ball rolling, to kind of bounce back. But I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I appreciate the likes, guys. Oh, Uncle Lou tweeted, if you can fog a mirror, go to Gainesville, Florida immediately. You can start at QB for their upcoming loss to Oregon State. Oh, jeez. Uncle Lou has found Twitter, boys and girls. He has found Twitter. Oh, man. It was a fun year. I'm getting a little in my feels here because it was fun to watch. I mean, he was fun to watch. That Utah game was one of the most the top experience. That's the tipping point for last season. And I keep kind of just reminiscing over that of hoping look, we can hopefully get back to that, because I remember watching that game thinking damn, Florida is back, boys. We are primed for some greatness. And we thought it was rough last year. I think it's going to be rough next year. I really do. I think we've got another year of cleaning house and building the pieces back together. And look, if Billy can come and have a 7-5, 8-4 year next year, I think we should be really freaking excited. Now, what he does in the portal and all things like that, my opinion may change. But what's happening with what I'm seeing right now, we should be a little nervous. All right, we should be a little frustrated and just it's what's going on here. So we'll see. We will see. I don't hate Georgia enough. I got that flack the other day. What do you guys want me to do? Just be pissed all the time and start yelling at people? I don't know what you want me to do. I hate Georgia. It's Uncle Lou's a good guy though. He's funny. I'm not, you know what I mean? Come on, guys. Mr. Wiggs says 5-7. Okay. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know what happened to the Utah game either. I felt like we were just on cloud 9, ready to take over and then run the world. So, boys and girls, man, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. The portal is obviously hot right now. Guys are leaving. Looks like we can't keep it. Hayes Fawcett is definitely secured his job for the next foreseeable future. 19 minutes ago, linebacker Clayton Smith is leaving Oklahoma. Obviously, you guys already said Chief Border, our linebacker. He's leaving 6'4", 243, 2021 class. He was a 4-star recruit. Seems like a miss there, but I'm not quite sure. Didn't see him play too much. USC safety Xavier Alford. He's also entered into the portal from USC. We got Alabama offensive guard Javion Cohen tells me he's entering the portal. He was a 2-year star. He was a starter at Alabama. So interesting move there from Roll Tide. So a lot of news. A lot of news into the portal. A lot of news in the portal. Again, Florida is lost a few people. I think we're up to like 17, 18 people now that have left that are entering into the portal. So we'll see how that plays out. How if it gets any busier today. If it does, I'm sure we'll be back. But yeah, let me go over the portal really quick here. So out of the guys we just talked about, we've got David Reese. He's intended to leave. Osiris Torrance going to the draft. Corey Collar, defensive back. He's a 4th defensive back bound for the portal. It's a lot. Donovan McMillan, he's the other defensive back. Naquan, obviously, Justin Shorter, he's going to the draft. Lorenzo, DeJon Reynolds, Avery Helm, cornerback. Kamari Wilkinson, he's the other defensive back. He left a little bit ago. There's a lot of names on there, boys and girls. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, plus 19 and 20 with Anthony and Gervon Dexter. So we're up to 20 people now have left the team. It's a lot of people. Thirst for Wisdom says, if Hartman comes, it's going to be a problem for the SEC. Uncle Rico is in the portal. Okay, that's good to know. Eric thinks we'll probably do much better without Richardson. I mean, look. It's possible. I think there's a lot of pieces that got to get fixed. But look, I think we saw some bright moments. Those freshmen that played really well, and I think, look, I'm hoping this translates into good recruiting news. All this can be fixed and be smoothed over with a great recruiting class for 2023 and 2024. I really do. We got S. Smooth in here. AR could have benefited from another year. We talked about that plenty. I don't disagree with that at all. I think that, look, part of it was just because you have to, if you don't go and you don't perform like you think you should, then it could be worse. The Invisible Man has entered into a portal. What do you think of the quarterback from NC State? DJ Johnson says. Devin Leary. Devin Leary. For his final season. Look, I watched some of these out of conference, when I say out of conference, out of the SEC conference quarterbacks, and I'm like, how do we not get these guys? Like a Max Duggan or Dugan, whatever, Duggan I think it is, just out there just playing with his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? Possible Heisman candidate. Like, why can't Florida dabble into that? How do we miss out on that? I see Tua's little brother at Maryland just balling out. It's like, how do these kids just go out there and just look like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we missing out on that? Sad part, we'll probably hear from AR again. I saw, what's-his-face from On3. He tweeted out, he says, if AR goes to be a great, he'll go down as a Florida legend, obviously. And if he doesn't turn out great, it'll just be like, well, it was good riddance. It is what it is. So, can we claim him as a Gator great? If he goes on and he's successful, extremely successful, as I would love for him to be successful in the NFL, it would hurt a little bit. It really would. It'd be like, damn, did we mess up? Did we really miss out on a great opportunity there? It really would. Let's get some likes, boys and girls. See if we get to 100 likes before the stream ends. Georgia Gator says, little super chat, man. I appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you so much there for the $2. Says, wish Billy would hire a new offensive coordinator to make better calls. Look, we talked about that all year, and I think I was okay. My final consensus was I'm okay with seeing him go through one more year once I feel like he can actually manage the game a little bit better. I feel like he was trying to, lean for Anthony and help Anthony as much as he could, so he wasn't able to do exactly what he wanted. So I would like to see one more year of, his system. That's my opinion. But I know a lot of people feel differently on that. But I think the play calling in the first half of the FSU game looked phenomenal, looked exceptional, and I was really excited about how that looked. Things have changed, obviously, towards the end of the game, but first quarter, I was like, wow, we were really dialed in here. Something seems different. And it looked, I don't know if Rob Sale was calling the plays at the time, but it looked like we were really dialed in there. So, I don't know. We will see. I appreciate the new subscribers. We got over 400 people in the chat. Thank you guys. Welcome to the stream here. See if we can get some likes in there. If you're brand new here, show some love, subscribe, like it. I'd appreciate it. Fettis' defense was the problem. Yeah, it had its moments. Hartman makes it much better. 35 touchdowns compared to AR-17. More accurate and better decision-making and natural leader. Those are all the things I think we like Florida. Boy, I totally agree. He has a natural presence. And Wake Forest was a heavy run team. That they had that RPO going, and it worked well for them. They were very successful with it. They had a long hold, but I think he fits into that Billy system of like, hey, run first system. And we've got a nasty 1-2 punch right now, obviously, with Trevor and Montrell, and Trayon's coming in, and hopefully we can steal Mark Fletcher from Miami. I don't know if we're going to be able to pry him out of those grips, but if we could get those 4, I mean, the running back room will be just as healthy as ever. I remember at the beginning of the season, we talked about the quarterback room and how phenomenal it was and how thick it was. And now we're just like, what the hell? I mean, we had AR, we had Kitna, right? We had Marcus Stokes that was coming in. we had Max Brown. I mean, we thought we had the whole world ahead of us. The world was our oyster. Now we're sitting here, we're putting our resumes in for who wants to be a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's something special. $4 for the man Cody. I appreciate it, big guy.
Scared money don't make money.
He says this is going to hurt the value of college football. How are teams supposed to replace 18 players a year with NFL and transfer portal? That's unheard of numbers. Yeah, look, man. This is where I think the coaches were afraid of. Because if you're a coach, man, what do you do here? This is tough, man. You got money pulling these kids in 19 different directions now. How are you going to keep them locked in? And I think that's where these NIL deals are going to change a bit of like, hey, if you sign this deal, it's going to be very lucrative, but you can't enter into the portal next year. The draft has always been a factor. That's always been a case to where those guys can leave. So that's okay. But the portal, it's just the wild, wild west out there. And how do you manage it, right? It's because now the kid, who has control? Do the kids have control? Do the coaches, right? Like it's supply and demand. So whoever has the control is going to get paid more. And now, I would imagine the schools and the coaches come together. They ultimately own the control at the end. But it takes one coach to go out of line to go get a player and make it an incredible deal while all the other coaches are trying to, have their own mindset on it. And that guy takes it off, and then it's a Wild Wild West again. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out too, because who knows, man? These kids right now, in my opinion, they're running it. It's their show. And the coaches in the schools abide by what, they decide to do. I know they tried to, I don't know if it's been passed yet, but they wanted to roll out where you couldn't, once you transfer once, if you do it again, you have to sit out, which would back to like the old rules, so where this portal thing wouldn't be as hot. I know it was put up for grabs and they were voting on it. I'm not sure if it passed. You guys can probably let me know. Any news on Pearsall Shelton? I haven't heard anything. I think he stays. I'm hoping he stays, but I haven't heard anything. Clemson, so DJ, did he just enter into the portal? Folks, 305. Super chat from Georgia Gator says, would love to see Patrick Toney replaced with Jeff Collins. Look, I'm okay with seeing more time from Patrick Toney as well, too. I really am. No, Montrell's not going to the draft. Montrell and Trevor, as far as I know, have both committed already to stay. So they're not going anywhere. Yeah, for real, Luke, how fast things can change. Let me refresh my Twitter really quick and see about the DJ news. It's crazy how Twitter is just like the news outlet right now, man. It just lets you know everything that's going on. I think right now we're all kind of in a weird place because we know that we can put together a good team through the portal, but it's still fresh. So we'll see. That's interesting. Gervon Dexter retweeted Michigan State's lineman Jalen Hurt, who has entered into the portal. He tweeted eyes and Gators. So he's out here recruiting as he's moved on to the draft. So I appreciate that. I'm not seeing anything on DJ. So I don't see. Yeah, I could just not see it. It could have happened, but we'll see. Boys and girls, we're at 20 likes away from 100 likes. See if we can get there, boys. I appreciate it. Do we get Nick Evers? We talked about that the other day. I know kind of how he left Florida. They weren't too happy about that. So we'll see. I don't know how Billy's going to handle that. It'll be interesting to see how he handles that. Hey, DJ Prod, happy High Top Sports, happy early birthday. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Clemson quarterback just entered it, folks. Okay, I'm not seeing it. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I just don't see it. Let's see here. Let me search it up. Okay, yes, here it is, 14 minutes ago, ESPN. Yes, sir. Okay. So, look, I mean, we all expected that after what happened in the ACC championship game that was going to happen. So, yeah, I agree, DJ. Evers not proven, rather go with Rashada. I don't disagree with that. I mean, look, that's another part that we talk about, these kids that haven't played, that went to a school for 1 year, now entering into the portal. Well, your draft stock may not be what it was when you were coming out of high school. Because now you're going up against fresh meat that are coming out of high school that hasn't went to a school, that hasn't had, maybe got into it or couldn't win over the competition at that school. You know what I mean? When you're a high school coming out, you still have that upside still. 1 year transfer, you may not have the same type of upside. So you don't really know. We just hit 100 likes. You guys are incredible. Thank you for the love and support. Really appreciate it here. Let's get a oh my for that one, baby. Scared money don't make money. Come on with it. Let me see here. Look, I talked about going live today because the portal news was just going to be crazy, and this is exactly what we were anticipating. When it was going to happen and how it was going to happen, we weren't sure, but I'm glad we're here now. I think it was a good kickoff for Anthony to get us going here, and look, it looks like things are starting to get rolling now. It's starting to get steam. The boys are waking up. It's 2 o'clock. It's time to get this show on the road. Again, I saw a good question earlier. Does anybody land anything today? Does anybody get things started? I think no, because guys are want to go visit. I mean, they're basically back on the market as if they just got out of high school. So they get to go visit schools. They get to go talk to coaches. How much of that was happening before today? I don't know. I'm sure some of it was happening, but I'm sure some of these guys really want to take opportunity to go visit schools that maybe they didn't visit before and see what's really out there. I'm telling you, the NIL is going to have a massive impact on this, and I think that's where the Gator Collective, in their goal, is obviously to be able to pay these players as much as they possibly can. Could the Gator Collective be ahead of the game a little bit? Because if you can go to a school and see, like, damn, this is actually put into place, and it sees that, hey, we're putting together these nice big deals, and it's actually legit, then we could really strive in the portal. I think so. Because not everybody has this kind of system put into place fully as much as schools have it. I'm not saying that at all, but the collective's done a great job of really getting themselves established. And look, they're running 1,000 miles an hour trying to keep up. So we'll see how that plays out. Oh man, got to keep hydrated here with your boys. Keep the energy flowing. Oh, we got a dislike. There it goes. Still looking for that kid from Florida flipping to Colorado. Which kid? Look. Robert says, go Canes. Think Canes are going to have a good job? Do a good job in the portal? Crocodile. What a name. DJ Sims similar to MR, AR. Tons of potential. Wildly inconsistent. Why would we want the same thing again? That's exactly what I was just saying. It doesn't, I mean, look, the upside seems incredible. An athletic freak, but it's just like the basic stuff. Couldn't get it done. So, we'll see. Oh, the likes are flowing through. You guys are incredible. I appreciate it. I feel like one reason why these guys are leaving so much, including AR, is because our fan base is so inconsistent. They are not supportive, always so critical sometimes. You have to look at the positive. Tiffany, look, you're not wrong. Florida fan base can be brutal, okay? Look, I take flack sometimes from time to time. And I mean, I don't even blame the field. My opinion gets railroaded. I don't mind it. It's fun for me because I gave it right back. These players can't really say as much as, I'm able to talk shit with you guys and give it right back to you. But I think more of it, I think that's part of it. I don't think it doesn't help. But I don't think it's the full story. I think the NIL has a lot to do with it. But yeah, why stay somewhere, right? If you're going to just get, belittled for every little mistake that you do. I get it. It's tough. It's tough. Who's playing quarterback in the bowl game then? We don't know. RXJ. We have no clue. Yeah, Montreal and ATN could be deadly next year. I totally agree, DJ. Totally agree. Rob Sale was up with Will Norman today. Just posted a pic with him. We kind of forget about the recruiting class that's coming in. There's some dogs coming in that recruiting class. I think because they're not there yet physically, they haven't signed. That kind of leaves us a little uneasy. But most of those guys are expected to sign early, so that'll be fun. Joe, missed it. AR playing in the bowl game? No, he is not. If you're asking a question, he is not playing in the bowl game. I would like to see Jack Miller too, Jeremy. I totally agree. Andrew, you said screw Tiff's take. This is Florida? Okay. E-team's playing quarterback in the bowl game. I love it. I love it. LSU was a fraud show the other night. Yeah, they got handled. They got absolutely handled. The best bowl games were the Pac-12 and the Big 12, in my opinion. Those were incredible bowl games. ACC and the SEC was just a yawn fest. Who said you'll play quarterback? Fantastic. I'm sure they're taking enrollees right now. I agree, Andrew. I kind of want to see Max Brown too. Now, look, if Jack plans to stay and Jack's going to be the guy while Rashada comes in and we get some more recruits, I would like to see Jack, obviously. But the whole Jack Miller situation seems to be kind of untouched at the moment. We'll see if he enters into the portal too. I don't know because he entered it in last year, so we'll see what happens with him. But geez, man, it is just you can't even keep up. Couldn't even keep up. Gervon too. I mean, you guys got to remember he has a kid. A little bit different situation there too. So. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if anything else is popping off while we're hanging out here. Got Jordan Hall. Let's see what he said here. Seeing how my parents reacted to it then moved them up in my eyes. Honestly, knowing that my parents loved it there a lot, that gave them a big bump. It'd be hard for me not to pick Florida. That's what Jordan Hall said. Wow. Big Baby Hall. He's here from Jacksonville, local boy. That would be awesome. That would be a big pull for Florida to pull him up because I know Florida State's been heavy in his ear. Corey Bender tweeted that an hour ago. So, guys, the recruiting, the portal, it's all going to be hot and spicy. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're brand new here. We're on the road to 5,000 subs. We're just about 200 away, which is absolutely incredible. It's honestly just it's been really cool. This last 48 hours it's been a whirlwind of emotions. A lot of support, a lot of people hanging out and become part of the family. So it's been really cool. So I appreciate that. You Billy sympathizers need to wake up. Look at LSU, USC, both with first-year coaches, and we lose to Vandy. I mean, but they both choked when it mattered, Hoof. I hear you. I hear what you're saying, big guy. But what am I looking at? I mean, they had a good season. They did. But USC, look what USC did. I mean, look, he did a phenomenal job in the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of it where USC's recruiting's awful. You don't really have to recruit well at USC. Like you're misconsidering that too. Like the Pac-12, they didn't even finish in the top 5 in recruiting last year. Or they're not in top 5 recruiting this year. You don't have to be. Pac-12's a joke. That's why I think Deion's going to do a great job. So if you go look at the strength of schedule, Florida had the 11th hardest strength of schedule. I want to say they had the hardest SEC schedule in the conference. It was a brutal schedule. Absolutely brutal. So keep that into consideration too. Georgia was ranked 50th. 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 Oh, man. Super chat from Kyle Bray. What up, big guy? What's your realistic quarterback room next year, and what's your dream room look like? I appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you, big guy. What's it look like? My dream room? Okay, what's my realistic room? Realistic is going to be Jack, Max, Jaden, probably a walk-on, right, that we don't know about. That's going to kind of work himself in and hopefully, a portal quarterback. Hopefully. A dream room would be obviously Hartman, Jack, then Rashada, and then Max between the two. However you want to play, however you want to slice it and dice it. That would be the dream room. that would be where we want to be. Over 400 in the chat. Welcome to the stream, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I appreciate it. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Quarterback 1 committed to Pitt today. Which quarterback, Florida boy? They ranked Miami over Florida. Yeah, Miami bumped over Florida a little bit. They landed a 4-star linebacker not too long ago that put them over the edge. Yes, sir. Justin Flowers has entered the portal from Oregon. Saw that, Cliff. Saw that. Yeah, Brandon Curry, great point. We beat South Carolina, who beat Clemson and Tennessee. We beat Utah, who won the Pac-12. So we're Pac-12 champions, as far as I'm concerned. I love it. I love it. Look, I think this whole thing for calling for Billy's head, I see what Dion at Colorado. I mean, it's exciting to watch, but we got to realize this stuff's going to take time. We want to be like Georgia. Georgia took 7 years to get where they're at. Kirby took 7 years. 7 years he's been there, boys and girls. Like, let that sink in for a minute, okay? This stuff takes time. You're not going to just build it overnight in a transfer portal. As much as you would love to, that's not realistic. You can't think that's going to happen and be like, okay, yeah, we're going to just bounce. No, that ain't it. It can help, but you'll end up like USC, where you got flashes of lightning. You can get it done, but you're really not going to pull it through because you just ain't got dogs in them. You need to go get some dogs. Let's see here. I'm trying to stay on top of this, see if anything else happens. If anybody's going to commit today. Hopefully Florida can land a few. Man. Portal is on fire. Justin Flowers, he's a linebacker. That'd be huge for us. Obviously, there's a lot of open space. And I want to know what's the reason for all these guys leaving. I mean, you got offensive linemen leaving Bama. You know what I mean? Starters. What's going on? Ish Harris, Texas A&M. He's now entered into the portal. He's out. Oh, great point from Zach Cadell here. He says, is Florida going to produce 3 first-round picks after losing to Vanderbilt in the same season? That would be one that would sting a little bit. And that's where I think where the call for Billy's head comes in a little bit. It's like, look, you had this talent. Same reason why we kind of give Mullen a crap with Damian Pierce. Like, you had all this talent. Look how well they're doing in the NFL. Why couldn't you do that? What did you miss out on? Right? So, we'll see. Jack Miller's a 5-star now. 2026 national championships. We'll be fine. Go Gators. I love it. Brandon Curry, seeing green light. We're not there yet, but it's going. Billy is Jim Harbaugh. I mean, well, Jim Harbaugh is balling out right now. I don't know if that was a compliment or what, but we'll see. Look, I think as Florida fans, we got to understand that we as fans have an impact on these kids, and we got to be careful about how much noise we make because these kids talk. They see it. They see the hate. So let's not get too spicy with it. But hey, let's show some love. Let's get a like before we close it down here. Look, if something else happens today, like kind of groundbreaking, we will be going live. So make sure you guys turn the bell on, keep your ears peeled up, ready to rock and roll, because if anything, kind of earth-shattering happens, we'll be live. We'll be going live Wednesday for DJ Lagway's commitment, and then we have our daily show on Wednesday at 8:35 live. So make sure you guys come hang out with us. We have a good time there. Sometimes we do some giveaways. Probably going to do a giveaway for Christmas this time. So come hang out with us. Turn the bell on. Like I said, if anything else big happens, that's going to be guys committing, right? Guys leaving, not too crazy right now. unless it's a name that nobody was really expecting. But we'll see. Okay? Keep your ears peeled. Keep it locked in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us on this Monday afternoon. You beautiful people. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday if I don't see you. We'll see you maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll have some good news. But just turn the bell on, subscribe, like. Let's get to 5,000 subs. We're almost there, boys and girls. I'll see you.
Cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own.